You know, so much bad things happen now in Britain that it's got to the point where I think we are like conditioned to either accept it or ignore it and disregard it and accept it maybe as part and parcel. As Sadiq Khan said, of living in Britain, he said living in a big city. It shouldn't be that way, really. It really shouldn't. If there's an outrage that happens, I remember back in the day, I grew up in 80s Britain, all right? I think that was the last decade of innocence when nothing, I mean, it was a completely different world back then. I remember I was out as a kid from the crack of dawn until late at night in the summer and the weekends. Doors were left open. Parents weren't worried for their kids. We went out, we played, we had no smartphones. Nothing outrageous really happened on telly, and that's it. There were a few lefties angry with Margaret Thatcher, but you know, nothing, absolutely nothing. But now it's anything goes. The worst things happen to people in the UK, and nobody bats an eyelid, and that's worrying, isn't it? It's really worrying. Anyway, a decapitated head. Obviously, it was decapitated. If you found a head, then, you know, it's not attached to the body, is it? It's decapitated, obviously. A head was found on the streets of Edinburgh. I think it was over the weekend. And again, nobody bats an eyelid. A human head. There's a camera phone footage of a guy finding it on the street, playing around and thinking it's a prop or a Halloween thing, because we've just had Halloween, and he thinks nothing of it. He's playing around with it, and I think he then realizes, oh my God, this is a real human head, and then throws it away. Turns out the authorities are telling us that it's an old fella who got hit by a vehicle. Now, Edinburgh is a city teeming with CCTV cameras. There's no footage. I'm not telling you to go look for the footage or share it, all right? If this is what really happened to the poor fella, then, you know, there's no need to do that and for your own entertainment. And I know there are ghouls out there who like this kind of thing and get off with it, but still, you know, this fella had an unfortunate accident, but it wasn't reported. Nothing. There's no footage. There's absolutely nothing. Nobody knew about it until it was picked up by the unfortunate reveller in Scotland who thought it was a prop. And immediately to my thought, I mean, this is how conditioned we are now. To my mind, as soon as I heard about the story, as soon as I saw it, severed head found in Edinburgh Street, I thought, yeah, it's them again, isn't it? Didn't you think that? I thought that. It's not something I wanted to think about, but it's something that usually happens with them lot. You know who I'm talking about. I daren't say it. You got to be careful. But that's how conditioned we are now. That's how we think. That's our mindset, that we automatically think, you know, if something like this happens, it's terrorism. Don't you? I mean, I do. I mean, I look at the news and I look for things for my YouTube channel and it automatically comes to my mind now. It's what society, it's what the terrorists and those who allow the terrorists to carry on with this have done to me. Now, that I automatically think, yeah, it's them, it's terrorism, they done it. Who else does something like that? Would you automatically think car accident? Would you think, oh, an old fella crossing the road and... How do you get decapitated crossing the road and hit by a vehicle? It must be a pretty fast vehicle doing some speed to do that. I saw a decapitated head once. I was driving down the M3. I was going past Basingstoke and there was a lorry stopped on a roundabout. And there was a bike, there was a body near the bike, and there was a helmet near the lorry. And unbeknownst to me at the time, I didn't realise until the news afterwards, the head was still in the helmet. Good Lord. But, you know, you'd think something like that. But an old man crossing the road, there's no CCTV footage, nothing, no witnesses, nothing. It's a bit sus, isn't it? Don't you agree? So there we go. A corpseless head is found on the streets of a Scottish city in Britain in 2024 and everyone thinks it's normal. That's the sad thing here, isn't it? Well, there we go. I'm past 49. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, Roger Trout.